Good evening from the Eagles Nest at Eau Claire Memorial High School. Zaleski Sports presents Big Rivers Conference boys basketball. And a good matchup tonight between the Menomonie Mustangs, 5-6 overall, 1-4 in the Big Rivers Conference, against the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abes, who are now 9-2 overall, 6-0 in the BRC. They are the number 7 ranked team in the Zaleski Sports Division I statewide poll. Hello again, everybody. I'm Bob Radovich, joined here at the Eagles Nest by Dave Sparger. Sparks, we saw the Abes the other night blow open a close game with a strong second half. This is a team, we say it every time we watch this team play, they do it with their depth.
Yeah, they do it with their depth and they do it with their defense, and that's what set them apart the other night with that great second half that they put together against DC Everest. It was their defense that really just opened the doors and came out, so well at that one. And so, really that's what they're trying to replicate now, is it just something like that, again, to carry over, play that great defense, get on the line, make it tough for those guards to handle the ball and make those entry passes. And, they're just trying to continue what they were able to replicate that second half of that game.
In an interesting matchup tonight, it's not just a Memorial Menomonie game. The Mustangs are coached by former Eau Claire Memorial head man Greg Van Grunsven, who began his Memorial career in 2008. And you know how I know that? Joe Minton reached out to me on Twitter to tell me that. So thanks, Joe.
Yeah,
but again,
it's good to have him back. Yeah.
People that have, people on both sides. So it's really interesting. Right now, our national anthem. Great rendition of our national anthem by the South Middle School Band. To pick up where we left off, Sparks, Greg Van Grunsven, obviously, he and Chad Brisky go back a ways. They know each other quite well. It was good to see them chatting beforehand. And Coach Van Grunsven, after a nice stint at Bloomer, came over to the Menomonie program, and I tell you, he's got some athletes on that team.
Well, he sure does. And if you look at their record, I think it's really deceiving when you look at 5-6 overall. They had Central beat La Crosse Central, which is a really solid ball club. They beat River Falls. They beat La Crosse Logan. I mean, they've had their nights where they've really played exceptional basketball. So obviously that's what he's looking to put together for tonight.
A couple guys going on to play college football. Brody Thornton, Isaac Ellison. They're joined by Brady Johnson, who's another football guy. He is the quarterback of that Mustangs football team. Tyler Nelson and Trevor Robert, the 6'7" sophomore, rounding out the starting lineup for the Mustangs. Same starting five for the Old Abes. Julius Clark, the 6' senior. Bryce Hetke, the 6'2" senior. Cooper Jesperson, leading scorer on the Old Abes. 6'4" senior, averaging 20.4 points per game. He had that 34-point outing Monday against DC Everest. Tay Ferguson on his way to Brown University to play football, wide receiver, 6'5" senior. And Wesley Mboga, another dual sport athlete, 6'4" senior, averaging 15.4 points per game. Spargs, as you look at this matchup, talk about the keys to the game.
Well, I had a chance, to talk to Coach Greg Van Gunden before the game, and he just kind of went back to, again, Memorial's defense on how they play such tenacious defense on the line. They're so good at denying those passes, not allowing you to reverse the basketball. So for him, the number one key is that their offense has to move the basketball. It has to move side to side to break down this defense. And again, just to repeat again with Memorial, just continue that offensive stretch that they put together on Monday night and keep that movement and motion going, because, boy, were they successful.
Jumping center is Isaac Ellison against Wesley Mboga. Tap controlled by the Mustangs, and they will start on offense. Brody Thornton to bring it up, guarded by Cooper Jesperson. Thornton gets the high pick from Ellison. Now they swing it far side. Here's Johnson. Nelson on the drive, picked up by Hedke. Ball knocked away, so not a double dribble there, but Nelson, it's the 5-second call.
Yeah, and he's trying to reverse the basketball, and Hedke just absolutely took that away. Was not allowing him to get it back to the other side. And so he gets the 5-second call. Now look for that Mustang defense now to kind of switch things up tonight. Coach Van Grunza talked about how they're going to mix and match and try to make the offense tougher for Memorial tonight, was mixing up their defenses.
Rare miss layup for Cooper Jesperson. It was a good set run that time by the Old Abes. Here's Thornton. Pull up jumper a little long. Jesperson the rebound. Abes on the run. Jesperson down to Ferguson. Another layup. The Abes couldn't convert.
Yeah, good look right there. Ferguson just hanging underneath. Couldn't put it in.
Still scoreless. A little over a minute into this one. Lob down low to Robert. He can't convert, but he's fouled by Tay Ferguson.
Yeah, great entry pass right there by Thornton off the top of the key there. Seeing that he had Robert in a little bit of a mismatch. Good entry pass.
So at the line, Trevor Robert, boy, 6'7" and a sophomore. But a young man with a lot of upside.
Yeah, he goes 6'7", very long and lean. Like you said, a lot of potential in this young man.
1 of 2 from the line. Mustangs grab the early lead. Hedke back out to Jesperson. Dribble handoff. Jesperson finds Ferguson. Hedke back to Jesperson. Driving on Johnson. Jesperson goes up for 2. Hedke playing some tight defense on Nelson. Ellison backing down Mboga. Isaac Ellison.
Well, like you said, great job just backing him down, taking his time.
And the Mustangs will take a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching Boise High School basketball on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Herrick and Hart Law Office has been on the side of the injured since 1951. Find them at eauclairlaw.com. Mustangs 3, Old Abes 2 early on here from the Eagles Nest. Really nice crowd here on hand. And, you know, it's a Friday night. It's a conference game, not too far to get from Menomonie to Eau Claire. And great place to be on a Friday night. Knocked away by Brody Johnson. Johnson quite familiar with these Memorial players, being that he used to attend Memorial back in the day.
Oh, good block right there. But
Ellison slipped behind the defense, but the Old Abes contested, grabbed the rebound, and then got fouled.
Yeah, Cooper Jesperson on help there. Got a piece of the basketball, so he missed. Good help from him.
Jesperson into the front court, finds Mboga, who gets double teamed, and then Mboga loses the basketball. You talked about it, Sparks, that Greg Van Grunsven wanted to switch defenses and give the Abes a different look, you know, at various times, and a couple times now they've forced turnovers, back-to-back possessions.
Yeah, it's the first time they've showed that half-court trap and caught the Old Abes off guard.
Thornton going inside to Ellison. He gets double teamed. Robert gets stripped, but Mustangs will keep it. You know, one thing, we always talk about pace of play being important. I think it's especially true in this one. Menomonie would love to make this one into a grinder.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, they want to make sure they slow things down on the half court and see if they can't get Robert his touches. And the same thing with Thornton. He's big. He's 6'3". Ellison 6'5", so good half-court game would be perfect for them.
Brody Johnson, strong take. 5-2 Menomonie. Jesperson, that pass knocked away. Here comes Nelson backing in on Mboga. Tyler Nelson gets the bucket.
Good start tonight for the Mustangs, causing some turnovers and able to capitalize.
And they're going to get the foul on Tay Ferguson, and that is his second with that. Chad Brisky goes to his bench. He'll bring in Caleb Yates, Ian Bauer, and Ben Fessenmeyer. 5-point lead for the Mustangs. They've got the basketball. Thornton to bring it across. You know, on a lot of teams, Sparks, Thornton would be one of the bigs. On this team, he gets to bring it up because he's got a really good handle.
Yeah, he's real good at matching up. Now you can see here he's going to try to post up a smaller player with his size. Just going to walk him down.
Puts it up with the left hand. No. Jesperson the rebound. Power to Fessenmeyer. Jesperson. Caleb Yates for three, and that's off. Fessenmeyer the rebound. Ben Fessenmeyer backing in, blocked by Robert. Bauer gets it back, but we're going to get a foul on the baseline. So Ellison picks up the foul. That's another thing we're going to be watching in this game, Sparks, is the foul count, especially for Menomonie, because they only go a couple deep off the bench. Jesperson for three, and that is good.
That's a big one right there. Kind of get that momentum switch back. Tell you what, that last foul on the Mustangs, it shows up on the board, it was Tyler Nelson.
Okay, yeah, it was announced as Ellison.
Yeah, we'll have to keep track of that.
All right, we'll take a look.
Deep.
Thornton for three, that's no good. Robert got the rebound, and Jesperson was trying to box him out, but picked up the foul. Third team foul on the Abes. Ellison to throw it in. Ellison inside, he gets the roll.
Tough finish right there. Well, they've just been pounding it inside, though. They've been very successful.
Jesperson will launch from distance. That's no good. Long rebound into the hands of Johnson. Here's Nelson now being guarded by Bauer. And Bauer with the steal. Ian Bauer knocked away by Nelson. Fessenmeyer had it, was knocked away by Nelson, and the old Abes will get the basketball.
Well, after the turnover, what great effort by Tyler Nelson. Got the block, and then it was stripped before he went up, came back, knocked it out of bounds, diving on the floor.
Shamar Simmons in for the old Abes. Jake Rue in for the Mustangs. Here is Simmons. Knocked away by Thornton. Simmons gets it back. Those two have met on the football field more than a few times. Fessenmeyer to Yates. Back to Fessenmeyer for the finish.
Good pick and roll on that side over there by those two.
Abes within two. Greg Van Grunsven will call a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside as well. You're watching Boys High School basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Just like these players bring their best to the court, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, affordable service. Mustangs ball up by 2. Ellison, nice kick out. Johnson, and that rattles around and down.
Brady Johnson with the touch. Gets the friendly roll.
That gives the Mustangs a 5-point lead. Yates into the lane, kick out, Bauer for 3, and that is good. Ian Bauer buries a 3-pointer, and Abes are within 2.
Tell you what, we go back to the Mustangs already using 2 timeouts here. It's only a 12-10 game, and he's already used 2, but he did talk about it before the game that he was going to use his timeouts when he thought he really just needed them. He wasn't going to worry about it. He said if Memorial looks like they're getting on a run or they got to fix them, he's going to use them. And so he'll probably burn all 5 before this game is done for sure.
Yeah, it'll be a really interesting chess match between these two coaches, and you guys have known each other for a while. And that's one of the neat things in Sparks. You remember that from your days as a BRC coach, is by and large everybody kind of gets along.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody knows everybody, so.
Abe's into the front court. Bauer will kick it, and Boga thought about the 3. Gives it to Bauer in the corner, and that 3 is no good. Robert the rebound. Little over 11 minutes to go here. Robert inside, dishes to Ellison. Knocked out of bounds. Mustangs will keep it. Bryce Hetke back in for the Abes.
Yeah, the old Abes gave a little help there from Robert from the weak side. But the key to that being successful was Shamar Simmons sinking and taking away that weak side pass on the block. Great job by him getting there.
Simmons is one of those effort guys. He's not going to get you a ton of points. There's a steal by the Abes. And Boga forcing the steal that time. Simmons the kick out. Bauer another 3-pointer, and that is good.
Yeah, Bauer's had too many wide open looks. He's going to knock a lot of those down.
Abe's back in the lead. 13-12 Memorial. Got a good one going here at the Eagles' Nest. Drew up top to Ellison. Johnson looking inside. They trying to post up Thornton on Mboga. Mboga the near steal, but they're going to get Wesley Mboga on the foul. Tay Ferguson back in for the Old Abes. Tyler Nelson back in for the Mustangs. Ellison to throw it in. Finds Thornton. Interesting dynamic on that Menomonie coaching staff. Brody Thornton's mom, Dolly, is the assistant coach.
Well, for good reason, right? You got the history on her.
Former Thorpe High School standout, and right on cue, Brody Thornton putting that in. Yeah, Dolly, when she was known as Dolly Rodemaker, all-state player at Thorpe, went on to play for the Wisconsin Badgers. Was a heck of a player back in the early 90s.
Just great to have that knowledge sitting on the bench.
And they get Simmons on the travel. Yeah, she was a shooter. So there's some good teams back there in early 90s, which I'm guessing the young kids think, boy, that's ancient. There's probably a YouTube video of those days somewhere. Abe's putting on the pressure, looking for the steal, and they get it. Bauer gives to Mboga. Simmons will slow it down. They swing to Hetke. Corner three-pointer, that's no good. Thornton rebound.
Well, good ball movement there for the Old A's. Kind of searching for the open man. Had Hetke in the corner. That's his favorite shot.
Thornton to Ellison. Oh, Wesley Mboga is down, grabbing his left foot. Have to keep an eye on that. He's going to try to walk that one off.
Yeah, he took an ankle there. I think he stepped on a foot.
Yeah, he is kind of laboring, and with that, Julius Clark is heading to the scorer's table. Although now he's moving a little better.
He's giving it some time. You're right.
Hetke will try another three-pointer, and that's good. Good job getting the feet organized, and nice release.
Yeah, the Old A's about their fourth or fifth three now. We'll say it's their fourth three, and then they've got one deuce to go with it.
Simmons knocked it away. Abe's, Hetke, another three-pointer, and that one's off.
That one was rushed.
Yeah, a little bit of a heat check there.
Yep.
Thornton on the drive, gets the roll. 16 apiece. A little over 8 minutes to go in this one.
Oh, Wesley Mboga looks like he's been able to walk off that sprained ankle.
Well, you know how that goes, Sparks. There are times, I'm sure you've done that multiple times, where right off the bat you're thinking, "Uh-oh, I gotta come out," and Wesley Mboga splashes with three.
I'm fine. Let me shoot.
Yeah, but sometimes you can. It depends on how it is. Sometimes you can kind of run it off, and it also helps. Oh, Hetke the steal,
push on
and he gets fouled.
Yeah, he was definitely pushed before the shot, so hold a ball underneath, but a good steal there from Hetke.
So now Mboga will check out. Jesperson and Clark back in for the Old A's. Hetke back to Jesperson. Good closeout that time by Johnson. Tay Ferguson will try a three-pointer. That rims out. Clark gets the rebound and gets fouled. But did you see Shamar Simmons in there mixing it up and going after he's just that effort guy.
Yeah, he sees his shot go up. He is not standing still. He is crashing the boards because that's his job. His job is not to score. It's to facilitate the basketball. It's to rebound like crazy, play sound defense.
Clark knocks down the first free throw. Yates in for the Old A's as Simmons gets a rest and gets a lot of congratulations from his teammates. 1 or 2 for Julius Clark. Good shot that time by Rue, but it wouldn't go down. Look at that pass. Oh, and Hetke rims out the three. Great look that time by Tay Ferguson. You know, Ferguson has caught enough passes in his career. Whistle on that one, and another foul on Mustangs.
Nelson got, or excuse me, not Nelson, but Johnson. Is that Nelson? Nelson, yep, right.
Yeah, Nelson's got 3.
Well, Nelson's had back-to-back steals now. Hetke's picked him twice, and he's turned on and fouled him as he's taking it from him. So you're right, he's got 3. He'll have to sit.
So this will likely mean extended time for Jake Rue. Hetke clears to Clark, now Ferguson. Tay Ferguson won't get the roll. Thornton the rebound. Mustangs down by 4. Entry pass off the hands of Isaac Ellison.
Coach Brisky calling out a set play here as the Mustangs have dropped back in the zone the last few times.
Again, that's, they said Told us anyway, we're going to change defenses. You can't just play straight up against Memorial because there's just too many guys that can burn you. Give them something to think about. Well, here's one of those guys, Jesperson.
That's the guy they're trying to slow down. And actually, it was a box and one. So they showed zone and then went back into a box and one. We're chasing him, and sure enough, he got the defender on his back and made him pay for it.
Yates knocking it away from Thornton. Robert up top. Van Brunsman wants the timeout. We'll step aside as well. 5:47 remaining in the first. Abe's lead 22-16. We're back with more Big Rivers Conference boys basketball after this on Zaleski Sports.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Old Abe's 22, Mustangs 16. Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances at Bruce Orthodontics. They are changing lives one smile at a time. Call their Marshfield office to set up a free consultation today. Thornton picks up the dribble, guarded by Jesperson. Gives it up to Robert. Now Robert Theroux. Boy, Hetke really extending the defense for the Abes.
Yeah, this is what the Mustangs talked about, was the ability to handle this pressure.
Foul's going to go on Caleb Yates. That is his first, the fifth team foul on Memorial. Johnson to throw it in.
Abe's like to go zone out of bounds and then jump man once that first pass comes.
Thornton, the three, no good. Nice pass and the
nice
finish.
look.
Caleb Yates.
Caught the Mustangs sleeping that time, coming down the floor.
Well, here's the challenge for teams that play Memorial. Menomonie has played a really solid first half. But you look up, they're down 8.
Yeah, I think they were up, 16-14, I do believe.
Good lob inside, and Robert able to finish.
I think that stopped a 12-0 run right there.
Fessenmeyer back to Yates. Hetke for 3, and that one rims off. Had a good look. Rue gets free, but picked up now by Fessenmeyer. Thornton will fire up the three-pointer and hit it.
Tough shot, little fadeaway three there. That brings the Mustangs right back into this thing.
Fessenmeyer down low will kick it out. Yates, three-pointer right back at you.
Yates up to 5 points.
It's been a well-played game so far.
Absolutely.
Just really good action, some good basketball.
Good
Ellison
high-low.
inside, able to finish.
Real nice high-low game that time with Robert. You got the one post high at the key, the other post posting up. The good entry, 2 points.
Yates gets it knocked away by Rue. It goes out of bounds. Ames will keep it. Mancino's Grinders and Pizza, locally owned and operated, and they have been a family tradition for more than 27 years. For the best hot sandwich in town, grab a grinder at Mancino's, conveniently located just off of Highway 53 and Claremont Avenue in Eau Claire. Wesley Mboga back in the game. That's Mboga up top. Now Fessenmeyer, Yates will try a three-pointer. That one's short. Thornton, another rebound. He's grabbed plenty. I think he's on his way to a double-double.
Yeah, they'll need at least that out of him tonight.
Fessenmeyer, the near steal. Isaac Nielsen, number 10, has entered the game for Menomonie. Robert loses it. It's picked up by Thornton. Back to Robert, stolen away by Clark.
Yeah, good job at Clark with the anticipation.
Ames will reset. Mboga. Fall away jumper short. Johnson the rebound.
Yeah, Mustangs is straight man that time. So again, about every 2-3 dimes down, they're switching up their defense.
Thornton picked up by Jesperson. Now Johnson. Ellison. Clark trying to rip that one away. Solid defense here in this possession by the Abes. Poked away by Yates. Ellison wanted to go to Roberts. That pass went awry.
Yeah, good job by Yates with the pressure.
Jesperson to Mboga. Three-pointer is good. Abe's shooting well from the perimeter. Just over a minute to go in this one. Abes have led by as many as 8. Johnson down the lane, kick out. Thornton, three-pointer is good. Brody Thornton up to 10 points. Jesperson blocked.
Great block by Robert that time.
Boy, again, you can see the potential.
Oh, that athleticism. Yeah, he timed that so well.
Ellison trying to back down. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Jesperson. Simmons and Bauer will check in for the Abes. Johnson will throw it in. 22.9 seconds on the clock. Nielsen up top. Guarded by Bauer. Here's Brady Johnson. Final seconds, first half. Knocked away by Jesperson. Jesperson gets it off in time, but
Just
no
short.
good. Great first half, excuse me, but it's the old Abes leading the Mustangs by a score of 30-26. Brody Thornton leading all scorers with 10 for the old Abes. Cooper Jesperson has 7. Wesley Mboga has 6, as does Ian Bauer. Sparks, really good first half, and Abes had that one stretch. It looked like they were going to start pulling away a little bit, but Menomonie got that Thornton 3, and right now it's anybody's game.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about it, but more look, they got that 10 or 9-point lead, and it looked like here it comes, right? Here comes the separation before half that the old Abes want, but the Mustangs were not having anything of it. They took care of the basketball better, and then all of a sudden Thornton is their guy. He took that step back 3 and came down again and dropped another 3, so he has come up with some big shots here late in the first half to keep the Mustangs in this.
Whether it is skiing, hockey, or basketball this winter, Shepke Chiropractic has got your back for all your sports-related injuries. You can rely on Shepke Chiropractic to get you back in the game. Visit them online, shepkechiropractic.com. And Culligan Water specializes in all your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. 30-26, Memorial leading Menomonie. We'll take an extended break. When we come back, we'll have the second half of action from the Eagles Nest. You're watching boys high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
I'm going to take off my shoe for the big announcement, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't smell too much. Got to freshen up a little bit of salt on the toe there. So there. So we put that there. We bring that logo on like that. Dame Lillard shoes, Milwaukee Bucks, NBA basketball player. Everybody knows what a huge NBA fan I am.
Right.
Here I am now. I was there for Game 6 of the Bucks championship a few years ago. And
were you at the game or were you in the
I was at
the
Skeeter
mob
Notices.
outside?
I was at Skeeter Notices, which was a great place to watch the game. We had such a fun time that night over at S&O's. You've been there a number of times. Yeah,
for sure. We threw bags there. We lost a lot of games.
We threw the bags.
Yeah, we lost a lot of games there this summer.
We threw the bags. Well, we won some, but we lost. We threw the bags. The Zaleski Sports and Milwaukee Bucks are partnering here in a few weeks to bring basketball games from the Fiserv around the state, and we've got a 5-game lineup. I'm just going to say, I mean, I don't brag a whole lot. I don't think. Maybe sometimes I do, but we were selected. The Milwaukee Bucks called us and said, "We got to have you, Zaleski Sports. We are infatuated with what you do, just like the rest of the state is, and we got to have you at these games. Can you please come here and help us out?"
When they called,
yeah,
did it come in as spam and go to voicemail?
No, it came in as Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I thought, I better answer this one. No, it was Jill from the Milwaukee Bucks got a hold of us, and we've been working. Well, I'll tell you, we've been working with Jill, and we've been working with Cassie for the last couple weeks to get this thing all hammered out here.
The Deer District, that's what it is.
Yeah. So okay, so right, this is the Deer District Prep Showcase, and this all happens on February 8th. That's a Saturday. Kohler and Lake Mills.
Oh, these are good games.
I'm saying. I mean, we are very honored to be selected by the Milwaukee Bucks. So much so, I take off my shoe for them.
I like it.
Hortonville and Oconomowoc, Racine Park and Milwaukee Juneau, Stevens Point and Sun Prairie East, and Kettle Moraine and Nicolay. Got 10 of the finest boys basketball programs in the state.
Yeah.
And 5 games. All the action on February 8th starts at 10 a.m. Keep track of the schedule at ZaleskiSports.com.
Is Mark Miller's name on this?
It is not.
And if it isn't, he's jealous, I guarantee.
We are co-hosting, if you want to say it like that, with the Wilson brothers at WIS Sports. Okay. And a matter of fact, Travis and I will be on an interview together here in a couple weeks, and you'll find that talk right on all the regular channels that you all listen to, watch all the time.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Travis Wilson.
And we are a friend of what they do.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, The family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Bob Radovich, Dave Sparger back with you from the Eagles Nest, getting you set for second half action. The Old Abes leading the Menomonie Mustangs 30-26. Leading scorers in this one, Brody Thornton has 10 for Menomonie. Teammate Isaac Ellison chipping in with 6 for the Old Abes. Cooper Jesperson, 7 points. Wesley Mboga, Ian Bauer, 6 apiece. Spargs, kind of the game we thought it would be. Abes, it took a few minutes, but I think they got the tempo more to their liking.
They did, other than I'll give the Mustangs credit at that offensive set. They've been able to kind of control it and slow it down a little bit. And it's really what's kept them close right now is when they can run a half-court set and work that high-low or find a way to free up Thornton, they've been able to knock down some shots.
No matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at all the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snack. Fleet Farm has everything you need, all at the lowest prices. Whether you are buying or selling, turn to the Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. They've got a pulse to the local real estate market and can help you with both existing homes and new builds. Plus, they can assist you with each step of the process. Make the home buying and selling process simple, not stressful. That is what you get with Jesperson Group at C21 Affiliated. Sparks, will go back to Monday's game here at the Eagles Nest with DC Everest. That one was 27 all at the half. It wound up 74-48 in favor of the Old Abes. They've got that capability to go on a big-time run. Menomonie, not a deep team, and one of their starters has 3 fouls. We talked about Greg Van Grunsven using timeouts. He's down to 2 timeouts left. So imperative, I think, for the Mustangs to keep this thing close and just to try to stay in the game as long as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say the 10-minute mark of this second half is really going to dictate how this is going to end up. I think if the Old Abes can kind of extend us to double digits around that time, I think they'll probably stretch it out. But if the Mustangs can keep it under 10 at that 10-minute mark, I think it's going to go right down to the end.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That 10-point mark, it's always kind of a psychological thing, but I think in this game especially, the longer Menomonie can hang around, I think it's to their advantage. And you touched on it in our pregame show, Sparks, that Menomonie's been in a lot of close games. But the game at New Richmond, the game down at La Crosse Central, they let those slip. They thought that those could have been a couple of wins. And, again, you watch this team, they've got athleticism. They're well coached. And, they're a good bunch. Memorial basketball to get the second half started. Cooper Jesperson to bring it across. Clark finds a cutting Jesperson. Wanted to go in the corner for Mboga, but Thornton knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, Jesperson passed up on that little 8-foot jumper. Probably should have just elevated and knocked it down.
Mboga passes on the three, finds Hetke. Well, that ball knocked away, but Clark keeps it alive. Mboga kicks it. Julius Clark for three. It's short. Ferguson the rebound. Hands to Jesperson, hounded on the sideline. Now they swing. Hetke will try a three-pointer, and that's good.
Yeah, that's his second tonight.
6 points for Bryce Hetke. He had that big game up in Superior a week or so ago. Tyler Nelson with the ball. He's got 3 fouls for Menomonie. Lob to Robert. That goes awry.
Yeah,
Hetke on the steal.
Yeah, Hetke from the weak side. Good job taking that one.
Clark in the corner. Finds Hetke.
Oh, nice.
To Ferguson.
Pretty look inside. Ferguson, a nice cut.
Ames with all 5 points in this second half.
Van Grunton's going to burn one here early just because he feels that run coming.
Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. You're watching boys high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Because they can spread the court, they can spread it better.
Yep, absolutely.
At Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, whether you are a professional athlete, weekend warrior, or simply have an aching joint, rest assured that you will receive unsurpassed care delivered with compassion and respect. When you need it most, visit the sports medical experts at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Menomonie now down to 1 timeout remaining. Foul goes on Tay Ferguson on the reach. That's 3 on Ferguson. He will check out. Ben Fessenmeyer will come back in. Thornton to throw it in right in front of the Menomonie bench. Nelson drops it down to Robert. Robert puts it on the deck, goes up, no, gets it back. Thornton for 3, that's off. Clark the rebound. Jesperson, Fessenmeyer, Clark. Julius Clark gets it knocked away.
Looking for the foul on that drive as it got knocked away.
Good recovery by Isaac Ellison because it looked like Clark was going to be able to finish on that blow-by. Mboga operating on Ellison. Fessenmeyer back to Hetke.
Again, Johnson just shadowing Jesperson all over the place.
Hetke to Fessenmeyer, thought about the 3, kicks to Mboga. That 3 is good.
Boy, the Abes stay hot from the arc.
8-0 run to start this second half for the Abes.
You know, Brad, you and I talked about at halftime how really the old Abes haven't done much inside, around the paint, and things like that. But, boy, they sure knocked down the 3 tonight as a team.
Double team, and then the Abes going for the steal but committing the foul. Fessenmeyer picks up the foul, and that is his first. 2 team fouls this half on the Old Abes. Got ourselves a camo night in the Memorial cheering section.
I was wondering if you even saw him.
Well, yeah, well, they're hard to see him. Yeah. Robert backing in, knocked away by Hetke. Can't keep it in bounds, but more good hustle by Bryce Hetke.
Yeah, he's been really good at that tonight. When that entry pass goes into the post, he's leaving that weak side and trying to sneak around for the steal.
Ellison to throw it in. Here's Nelson. He's double teamed, trying to work his way out of that.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
Johnson, Robert, nice touch pass. Thornton on the finish.
Yeah, great look from Robert, like you said, just a touch pass down to Thornton for the finish.
Menomonie back within 10. Jesperson, Fessenmeyer gets it knocked away. Good job defensively by Ellison, and Hetke the near steal. So Johnson to trigger it in for the Mustangs.
Old A's picking up full court here.
I was thinking Johnson, the quarterback, was going to let one fly there.
He was tempted.
Yeah. Nelson contested by Hetke, who may got a piece of that one.
Yeah, solid defense right there. He just walled up, didn't foul.
Inside Mboga, operating on Thornton. Wesley Mboga with the finish.
Nice little fade off the glass. Good post move right there from Mboga.
12-point lead for the Abes. Nelson double teamed.
That should be a jump
Jesperson.
Ball. Yeah, Jesperson able to go down and get it.
Forces the held ball. Possession arrow will keep it with Menomonie.
Nelson keeps finding himself in trouble as he crosses over along that sideline. He's got to work towards the middle.
Hetke picking up on Nelson. Clark going for the steal. Robert Johnson, 3, it's good. Grady Johnson having himself a nice game. He's up to 8 points. Jesperson, that's no good. Menomonie's got this back into single digits. Thornton got it knocked away by Jesperson, but last touched by Jesperson.
Yeah, Mustangs have really done a nice job defensively on Jesperson as he's sitting with 7 points right now. So they continue to do a nice job of switching up those defenses and making sure they always know where he is.
Isaac Nielsen and Jake Rue back in for the Mustangs. Shamar Simmons checks in for Memorial, and here comes Ian Bauer. Ellison to throw it in for Menomonie. Abe's wanted to travel there. Nielsen just able to keep that pivot foot down. Inside, Ellison. He tried the dump off, knocked away by Bauer. Ian Bauer ahead to Clark. Julius Clark, layup, no. Back tap, get tracked down by Jesperson.
Yeah, Clark did everything right.
Ian Bauer, no. Thornton the rebound.
Yeah, back to Clark's layup there. He kind of did the little shoulder fake, let the guy fly by. Just had to go up and finish.
Stolen by Wesley Mboga. Abe's on the run. Now they'll slow it down a bit. Julius Clark for 3, and that's short. Clark gets his own rebound. Julius Clark will go to the line. Doesn't matter what game it is, Sparks. Julius Clark usually winds up on the floor about 4 or 5 times.
Absolutely.
He just throws his body around there and just... You know, these guys, there's so many just energy guys on that team.
Yeah, the one thing he's not been able to do tonight really is, though, has been able to do that penetration. Well, so many times you'll see him on the wing or off the top there, just beat a guy to the hole with his quickness, and Mustangs done a nice job of containing him.
Two of two for Julius Clark. He's up to 3 points. And we got a full timeout on the court. We'll step aside as well. You're watching boys high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
HS Fence specializes in chain link, vinyl, wood, and ornamental fencing. They have been providing commercial and residential fencing to the people of Wisconsin for the last 18 years. Contact them today in Fall Creek or at hsfence.com, hsfencewi.com. Mustangs ball down 11. Would like to keep this margin right where it is. They get it in the front court. Rue off the glass for two.
Yeah, that one was just thrown to an open space. Mustangs get a little lucky that Rue chased it down.
Jesperson, floater in the lane is good.
Good patience there that time pulling up.
Thornton over to Johnson. Thornton guarded by Mboga. Thornton knocked away by Clark, and there you get Julius Clark in the foul.
Coach Brisky really thought that was a clean strip.
First foul on Julius Clark. At the line, Brody Thornton. Thornton with 12 points. Caleb Yates is in for the Old Abes. Isaac Ellison back in for Menomonie. One or two for Thornton. Menomonie back within 10. Jesperson for three, and that's off. Rebound to Rue. Robert up top. Thornton guarded by Jesperson. Thornton gets the pick from Ellison. Two-man game. Ellison the finish.
Wow, you said it. Two-man game. Little pick, and he slipped that screen. Good job by the Mustangs there.
Oh, quick pass from Jesperson off the hands of Shamar Simmons.
Mustangs still within 8 here.
Yeah, you said it, Sparks. If they can keep it single digits with 10 minutes to go, I think they're going to feel awfully good.
Here comes the trap again.
Rue in trouble, gets it off to Robert. They had Ellison underneath. Robert to Ellison, blocked by Jesperson. Jesperson in traffic, he'll go to the line.
Good job by Jesperson, realizing the defense was backpedaling. By no means were they going to get set to try to stop him. He just took the action right to him and draws the foul.
To cover your church, call the Dahlman Insurance Agency for a coverage analysis. Dahlman Insurance covers churches in Wisconsin with Hastings Insurance Company. Online at dahlmaninsurance.com. Dahlman Insurance, come for the rates, stay for the service.
Well, somehow they got on a non-shooting foul, they're going to say, before he went up.
They'll shoot that time. That's off. Rebound, Bauer. Simmons on the reset. Bauer gives it up. Mboga, that three-pointer is no good. Jesperson, the rebound, count it, and the foul.
No, now they're going to wave off the hoop.
I'm watching the wrong official, Sparks.
Well, yeah, he was emphatic about it was counted. He said it was good.
Yeah, okay.
But I thought he was fouled on the ground when he came down. So,
always good. Always good when the refs get together and make the joint decision. Jesperson for three. That one is good.
He might be heating up now, folks.
And reminiscent. Oh, big collision on the far side between Simmons and Ellison.
Yeah, two guys going after it. First thing Shamar does is just help him up. So good job by him.
Yeah, those two again. That football guys, and Ellison receiver, and
they're
he's a linebacker.
It,
Simmons linebacker, running back, and
Because usually Shamar's like, usually you're hitting me. So there you go.
Robert wanted the dump down, knocked away by Jesperson. Fired up in the air by Thornton. Abe's on the run. Caleb Yates. And they'll get the foul on Rue.
Well, the Old Abes are starting to run now. They're starting to find that opening with that fast break, catching the Mustangs. And there again, ahead of the pack, lays it up and drew the foul.
And again, the Abes with their depth. 14 seniors on this roster. They'll go 5 deep off the bench. Almost invariably, they are the fresher team down the stretch. And they can play up tempo. They can play that trapping, pressing style defense. And it starts to wear on you if you're the opponent. Hetke, offensive rebound, trying to get the foul. They play on. Johnson double team, near steal. Rue for three, and that's no good.
Old Abes are starting to get the Mustangs to play up tempo, even on their half court set. It's playing into their hands.
Jesperson.
Did somebody say he was heating up?
I think it was you. Jesperson.
Just so
up to
quick
15
he can turn
points.
It up. Yeah.
Yep.
And that stretches the lead to 15, just like that. Timeout, Mustangs.
We'll take a timeout as well. 10:07 remaining. Old Abes on top of the Mustangs, 51-36. You're watching boys high school basketball on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwausau.com to find an agent near you. 15-point lead for the Abes, just over 10 minutes to go. Menomonie had done a really good job of keeping this within 10, but this latest stretch by the Old Abes, they picked up the defense and started to knock down some shots.
Yeah, it's been their defense, picking up full court, transitioning to that half-court man, and just forcing the Mustangs to go faster than what they're comfortable, and they've turned the ball over.
Rue in the corner. Knocked away by Jesperson. Flip to Hetke. Bauer in the corner. Three-pointer is good.
Good team basketball right there. Jesperson doesn't force it. Hetke kicks it to a wide-open corner.
And a steal by Bauer. Caleb Yates for three. That's no good. Rebound, Ian Bauer. Yates, contact, offensive foul.
Yeah, Thornton was there for the charge. Good job by him stepping in on that drive.
Key stretch coming up here for the Mustangs, Sparks. If they can get some buckets and kind of just run that offense, get some good shots, and then try to string some stops together,
Yeah,
they'll give themselves a chance.
Yeah, if Yates would have knocked down that 3, I would have said that'd probably be the dagger. That would have put them up 21. But again, just 18 with Thornton on the good defense.
Nice touch pass there. Here comes Johnson. Now he'll slow it up, deflect it into the hands of Isaac Ellison. Count it and the foul.
Yeah, Hedke not there in time.
First foul on Bryce Hetke. At the line is Isaac Ellison. Isaac Clark back in for Memorial. Offensive rebound, Thornton, and then knocked aside by Shamar Simmons.
Yeah, good work inside by Thornton there to keep that ball alive for the Mustangs. Gain another possession here. And that'll bring Boga back in.
$16-point lead. Here's Robert. Johnson will try the 3. It's no good. Look at that box over there by Shamar Simmons. Jesperson on the push. He'll launch from behind the arc. He knocks down another one.
Yeah, you got to pick him up the way he's been feeling it. You've got to force him to get rid of the ball.
Robert called for the travel.
And I'll tell him to go back here. That's Cooper Jesperson that just caused that travel. They had 2 guys back, and neither one of them knew who wanted to take the ball. Jesperson yelled at Hedke that he had ball. As soon as he picked up, that's when he dragged that foot. So great job defensively with Cooper Jesperson communicating.
Abe's on the verge of putting another nail in right here. Up 19 and knocked away by Ellison. Operating on Boga. Isaac Ellison the finish.
Good job defensively there with a good steal, finishing on the other end.
We get the foul before the shot.
Yeah, Johnson only his first.
$17-point lead for the Abes, 8.5 to go.
Box and 1 here again for the Mustangs, trying to chase after Jesperson.
He finds Boga, the kick out. Bryce Hetke, 3 rims out. Rebound Ellison. Thornton ahead to Nelson, knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by the Abes. Simmons thought he knocked it off the leg of Tyler Nelson. Trevor Robert back in for Menomonie. Thornton will get what is likely going to be a quick rest.
Very quick.
Steal by Jesperson, and he gets the timeout.
Good decision. They've got plenty to use.
30-second timeout. We'll step aside as well. You're watching boys high school basketball on Zaleski Sports. .809 to go here in this one. Old Abe's up 17 on the Mustangs.
You know, with 8 minutes left and the Mustangs are out of timeouts, but, you know, Coach Van Grunza talked about he was going to use all of them. And again, every one he's used tonight has been at the right time to kind of stymie a run for Memorial. So it's kept them at least within shouting distance here, only down 17.
Jesperson, the floater, it's no good. Can they say Menomonie basketball? Because I could have swore it went off the head of Julius Clark.
Yeah, and it did. You're right. So it's going to go to the Mustangs. But going back to those timeouts, and again, it goes to why do you need a timeout when you're down 25, right? You're already out of the game. You don't need your timeouts. So, again, here's an opportunity for the Mustangs to chip away at that 17-point lead.
You know, if anyone's going to do a header on this Memorial basketball team, it's Wesley Mboga, the soccer guy. Oh, the stretch pass from Johnson right into the hands of Tyler Nelson.
Nelson, a little post route. Johnson finds him wide open.
Boy, he zipped that one in there, as you would expect from a quarterback.
Absolutely.
Mboga, jump stop, finishing with the left hand. Wesley Mboga.
What nice patience inside there.
Abe's back up by 17. Thornton back in the game for the Mustangs. Fires that one up.
Yeah, he was looking at the official. He thought he got hit in the arm on that one.
You mentioned during one of our breaks, Sparks, that this game has been handsy.
Yes.
And the finish, Julius Clark.
Yeah, a lot of touch passes, a lot of steals when guys are dribbling. A lot of guys looking for that foul as they shoot.
19-point lead for the Apes. Memorial will be back in action tomorrow night. We'll be down at the Lacrosse Center playing in that Midwest Players Classic, facing Linn-Mar, Iowa.
Yeah, one of the top programs out of Iowa. So that should be a great game down there.
I asked some folks I know down there if there are any Bohannons left on Linn-Mar, and there are not, but there are some good players. Oh, Robert the block. Now Nelson on the run out. Can he track it down? He does, but into the hands of Clark, who fires to Jesperson. Jesperson fouled by Ellison.
Yeah, he was going to go up. He knew he was going to draw that foul. He was trying to find a way to maybe get it up to the rim and get an and one.
You got a number of teams from our area down in that Midwest Players Classic. Altoona's playing down there. Regis. Rice Lake is playing tonight. It's one of those fun events, you know, that happens usually latter part of January. They get to play at the Lacrosse Center, so you're playing in a bigger arena and get teams from Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Here's Jesperson to make it a 20-point game. Man, that one rimmed out.
Both.
And Ellison can't keep it in bounds. Hetke to throw it in for the Abes. Finds Julius Clark open in the corner. That's short. Rebound Rue. Mustangs have numbers. Thornton fouled on the drive. We'll get Jesperson on the foul.
Jesperson second on the night.
Yeah, it's one of those things for the Abes. You know, it's a pretty quick turnaround. They'll have to get on the bus tomorrow, but you schedule things like that. Well, one, it's an honor to be invited. There's that. But then the other part is that this is going to kind of replicate what you're going to, hopefully have when you get to tournament time. And you might have to go, playing some tough games either every other day or back-to-back.
Yeah, you're right. If you go down to that state tournament, you're playing back-to-back nights. But again, just it's a great opportunity. You get invited to something like that, you just can't pass it up.
Yeah. And I think the adrenaline for these guys will take over and make up for any fatigue. The miss by Jesperson. Clark cleans up.
Yeah, good job by Julius Clark.
And Mboga then knocks it away. The Abes will slow it down.
Box and one again.
Hetke finds Fessenmeyer, and that one won't go. Big battle for the rebound by those two number 11s, and Mboga and Ellison.
It'll stay with the old Abes down there, but boy, Fessenmeyer just couldn't finish.
Tay Ferguson in for the Abes. Tyler Nelson in for Menomonie. Ferguson to Jesperson. That's no good. Hetke had a hand on it. Robert doubled in the backcourt. Finds Nelson, who finds Thornton. Knocked away. Ferguson. Thornton gets it back. Ellison saves it. Back to Thornton.
Good job by Ellison there.
It's like those two guys have been playing together their whole lives, right?
They know how to work together, that's for sure.
They will wind up at rival schools next year. North Dakota for Thornton, North Dakota State for Ellison. I'm just wondering if the football coaches at those schools let their guys play intramural hoops, because those guys will be a load. Mboga for 3.
Mboga up to 16 tonight. He's had some big threes when they've needed it. Cooper Jesperson's kind of cooled off here lately, and a couple of the guys have stepped up.
Thornton, nice look to Nelson for the finish. You know, the final margin may not show it, Sparks, but this has been a really entertaining basketball game. I think there's some good things ahead for both of these teams.
Yeah, the Mustangs are 5-6 on the year. Obviously, probably up to 5-7, but they do not play like a 5-7 team. Like you talked about earlier, they've kind of let a couple of them slip away. Otherwise, their record would be a lot better.
Yeah, they're the kind of team that, you know, if their shots are going down and you're playing them in a tournament, I mean, they've got the height, they've got the athleticism. And they seem like they've bought into Greg Van Grunsven's system. And, again, it's one of those things, shots are falling. This team could be a handful. How about that hustle, Sparks?
Oh, it's always.
Oh, a block by Robert on Mboga.
He's had a couple of those tonight.
Well, the big man will bring it up. I think he wanted to launch that three-pointer and then thought better of it. Thornton to Ellison, that one goes awry.
Yeah, I had the right idea right there. Just a little tight quarters, tried to lob it over the top. Just missed him.
So barring a miraculous comeback here by Menomonie, the Abes will take a 10-2 record into that game tomorrow night with Linmar down at that Midwest Players Classic in lacrosse.
Foul on the Mustangs here. Probably sends Hedgate to the line for the bonus. I do believe that's their 7th. It is.
Foul goes on Ellison, and that is his 4th. Bryce Hetke up to 7 points. (68-47). Another impressive performance from the Abes. Lob inside, knocked away Mboga. Hetke to Clark. And he finds Jesperson, who rolls that in.
What a great feed.
Sparks very reminiscent of Monday night.
Yeah, absolutely. Just they find their offense in the second half, just run it so much smoother, gets everybody involved.
And as our friend Andy Cooper promised, the Old Abes will get everybody off the bench and into the game. Foul's going to go on Hetke. So Jesperson with 20. And Bogus 16. Hetke 8, Clark 7.
Which is just basically right on their averages.
Bauer had 6 at the break, and I think he had at least 1 3. So into the game, we got Jack Cooper, number 33, Henry Fessenmeyer, number 21, Armando Torres, number 22, Alex Christensen, number 35, and number 23, Randy Perrine Jr. At the line, Tyler Nelson. Nelson with 6 on the night. Perrine the rebound. Cooper for 3. Off the back rim, no. Battered around. Oh, look at that hustle by Henry Fessenmeyer.
Yeah, Fessenmeyer tried to get it off the body, but he stepped out of bounds before he could get it back in.
Oliver Schenk in for Menomonie.
Jake Rue comes back in.
Ian Kistner is in as well. Yeah, always good when coaches can kind of clear the bench, get everybody some playing time in a game situation.
Yeah, obviously you'd rather be in Coach Brisky's situation when it happens.
Sure.
But you're right. All these kids work so hard in practice, put in just the same amount of time, same amount of effort. It's great when they can get some court time.
Nice take to the hoop that time, but Mustangs unable to finish. 3-pointer on the way, Henry Fessenmeyer. Rue will launch from behind the perimeter, behind the arc, I should say. And Perrine will bring it back for the Abes. Here is Alex Christensen. It's no good. Battle for the rebound. Last touch by Armando Torres. Abes will improve to 7-0 in the Big Rivers Conference. They'll maintain their lead on top of the BRC standings. Mustangs will drop to 1-5 in the BRC, but as we've been saying, this is a solid basketball team, an athletic group, and I think there are some good things ahead. Nice dish that time by Barons, but
yeah, unfortunately, his
Mustangs
teammate just wasn't ready.
Yep, just wasn't there. Let's see if these, which one of the reserves can get a bucket here. That 3-pointer is off.
Yeah, they're all taking their turns behind the
Torres is, and you know, it's on one hand, if you're a coach, you'd like the guys to run the offense. On the other hand, you know, everybody wants to get the scorebook and
absolutely
get the ovation from your classmates. Old Abes win it with a strong second half. They led by 4 at the break. They pull away for the big win, 70-47. With the win, Memorial is now 10-2. They are 7-0 in Big Rivers Conference play. Menomonie drops to 5-7 overall, 1-5 in the Big Rivers. I want to tell you that Security Financial Bank, SFB, when you are starting a business, buying your first home, or saving for college, SFB has the bankers who believe in you. Learn more today at sfbank.com, member FDIC. Coming up next on Zaleski Sports, the postgame show, which is brought to you by Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Rely on the experience of our sports medicine team when you have any sports-related injury or issue. You can count on proper diagnosis and a customized treatment plan to meet your goals. Their orthopedic surgeons and our athletic trainers serve your athlete in Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls, and western Wisconsin. Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine postgame show coming up right after this on Zaleski Sports.
Hip impingement and hip labral tears are common causes of hip and groin pain and are often the result of repetitive use from crouching sports or trauma. Today, we are visiting Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Dr. Carlson, a partner with Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, is in the forefront of using a newer procedure called hip arthroscopy, which allows minimally invasive access to a joint and treatments to problems never addressed before. Using hip arthroscopy, Dr. Carlson is able to repair tissue without dislocating the hip and without replacing it.
Hip arthroscopy is where a surgeon takes a camera on the end of a long wand, which we call a scope, and through a small poke hole incision in your skin, delivers that scope into a joint. In this particular case, we're talking about hip arthroscopy, where that scope would be put in the hip joint. The hip joint first has to be dislocated or the ball and socket pulled apart. When that's pulled apart, we can access the joint and look around and do the work we're talking about doing. Once inside the joint, through other portals, we call them, those poke holes that we use to access the joint, we can use other instruments, again on the end of a long wand, to perform the work inside the joint. Things like repairing the cartilage rim of the socket, called a labrum, fixing cartilage defects or problems on the head of the ball or the lining of the socket, repairing tissue around the hip, such as ligaments or a capsule, repairing tendons that attach to the hip, or releasing them if need be, depending on the particular problem.
Dr. Carlson's goal is to eliminate the segment of untreated patients or patients with delayed treatment who have curable hip pathology, educating potential patients and their providers that these symptoms are not things they need to live with or that they are not from their back or groin pulls or early arthritis. Few orthopedic surgeons are operating on hips through a scope because it is a newer and technically difficult surgery. Therefore, certain diagnoses may be missed by physicians not familiar with these newer treatment options.
Patients I see with hip joint pain that can be fixed and not just replaced can range from their mid-teens or younger teens to 50, 60 years old. In the past, patients who had labral tears in their hip were told that they may have some pre-arthritis or an early arthritic problem. They may be told that they were just prone to frequent groin pulls in the sport of their choice. And taking some time away from their sport, they may sometimes be able to return to the sport with just continued pain. And fortunately now, with our knowledge of the concept of labral tears and our ability to treat that problem, we can take people who are otherwise just waiting 20 years to undergo a hip replacement, or just feeling that they can't ever participate in that activity because they'll just keep getting groin pulls. We can take that person, we can make them better, we can fix their problem, we can bring them back to their sport, and allow them to continue to develop as an athlete or as a worker or whatever particular activity they're trying to do where that hip was affecting them.
Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been committed to the healthcare needs of patients in western Wisconsin for over 45 years. Their success and reputation as an outstanding orthopedic clinic can be attributed to the teamwork of their friendly, knowledgeable physicians and staff.
Here at Chippewa Valley Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we have 12 partners, orthopedics, neurosurgery, non-operative spine, and foot and ankle. We really pride ourselves in listening closely to the patients and hearing what they're saying, spending a lot of time engaging in the conversation of what is really bothering that person.
After meeting with the patient, Dr. Carlson determined that his difficulties had all been related to painful hip impingement.
It was incredibly important for me to meet with a doctor that understood sports and athletics and kind of just how I wanted to continue that lifestyle instead of just kind of shutting it down. So meeting with someone like Dr. Carlson was incredibly important to me because he understood how I still wanted to be active after a surgery and still wanted to maintain my daily lifestyle.
While visiting with Dr. Carlson, we learned that he grew up skiing and continues to ski competitively across the country and also enjoys hunting, fishing, and hiking. He is passionate that his patients' goals are his goals. Whether it is getting them back to playing with their kids, working aggressively, or competing in sports, his patients are more active and enjoy their lives.
When I see those people so happy with themselves, so happy with their decision to have this fixed or to go through this process, as scary as it sometimes is if you don't know what's on the other side, It's so satisfying for me.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now. The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Welcome back to the Eagles' Nest. Eau Claire Memorial defeating Menomonie tonight. We got a cast of thousands today. AJ, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Julius Clark, Brody Neff, Bryce Hetke. Bryce, to start with you. Tell me about the defensive effort tonight, especially in that second half, because Coach Sparger was talking about that, and it just seemed like that was one of the things that turned the game in your favor.
Yeah, we knew coming into the game, Menomonie's a really competitive team, and we had to do everything we could to reach that level and execute at that level. So if my job is to come out here and just compete with my guys, that's what I'm going to do. And it brought everybody else up, and I'm glad I could do that for my team. But all credit to them is they matched the level of the competitiveness, and they brought it to another level, and that's what really got it done for us tonight.
And you guys, football guys, and also play basketball, you know a lot of those guys from football, and it just seemed like there's a lot of respect. And like Bryce said, it's competitive, but everything's cool on the court. Do you get that sense too?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, knowing like quite a bit of those guys from football, it's that competitive spirit. You want to beat your friends, you want to beat your brothers. I mean, yeah, just a physical game.
Brody, it's a tough thing for you not being able to play, but just how enjoyable it is to watch your guys going out there and competing and having success.
Being a senior, it's important coming out here, keeping the moral high, just cheering on all my guys on the sideline.
All right, you guys, quick turnaround tomorrow. You go down to La Crosse Center, play Linn-Mar, Iowa. They're the Lions, by the way, Cedar Rapids area. But what do you guys have to do to kind of, enjoy this one for now, but get ready for another strong contest tomorrow?
Just compete. Just compete. Just go to our. Just bring it to our level and start out faster than we did in this one. And oh wow, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But we'll lock it in tomorrow, and we'll just compete like it's any other team.
All right. All of you guys are in the Zaleski Sports Highlight House.
AJ, you want to hold it?
You want to hold the mic?
Hey, we got to say, we're in the house, okay?
So you guys can figure this all out. Just go through your names. We're gonna make it's the more the merrier.
Just hold it. Yeah. My name.
Oh, we good? I'm Julius Clark.
I'm Brody Neff.
I'm Sham.
I'm Bryce Hetke.
I'm AJ.
And we're in the house. Hey, give it back to Bob, man.
All right, thanks, AJ.
Thanks, buddy.
There we go. Thank you, sir. All right, good luck tomorrow, guys. Eau Claire Memorial. We'll see these guys on Tuesday when Eau Claire Memorial goes across town to take on Eau Claire North. For all of us here at the Eagles' Nest, for Don Millay, our producer videographer, for Dave Sparger, my color commentator, I'm Bob Bradman.